Good morning, afternoon, evening. It is Alexis Arcade, and today is a beautiful day to not be outside, but instead to continue our journey here on ARK Survival Evolved. I am currently making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. No, I am currently on my way to our very first foundation here on our ARK Survival Evolved map. For today's order of business, I wanted to do something a little fun and nostalgic for you guys. For those of you who have been here from the beginning, for those of you who have not and want to see everything, I'm going to our very first original settlement here on the YMCArk server. And then I thought, I would be doing an island tour so you guys can see everything that we've done since then and just how far we've come. And here we are at the initial base that we had, that myself and Fat Penguin had. Look at it. Look how cute it is. Here's our smithy. Do we have anything in here? Got some wooden fiber in there. We got a couple forges with some, well, that one had charcoal in it. And then in here, oh man, look how cute. A working tap, though. Nice. All right, let's see if we got anything in here. Oh, we do. We'll start over here. Oh, there's way more stuff in here than I thought there was. Nice, nice, nice. So this was where Fat Penguin and myself set up shop in the beginning, and then we lived here for a few weeks, and then we moved. This was going to be a dino pen that never happened, so that's exciting. And then we had a garden back here, which also didn't happen. And then we had a little like cemetery back here, but we used the cemeteries that came out at Halloween, and they disappeared after the Halloween event was over. So that's not there anymore. But this is the very first roots here on our YMCArk server. So let's go on to where we made our next base location, and I will be back. Here is our second base location, and so this actually originally started, let me show you over here. So Fat Penguin was building his house over here, right? This was his house, which I'm not quite sure I ever actually took you in. So let's go ahead and just go in here. This was his main floor, and then up here, if I can get on the ladder, then I'm not on the ladder the right way. Up here was where he would spawn in and a bed and everything. And then he had dino landing. Where's the door at? Over here. So he could land in here, come in here, and that kind of thing. So this was Fat Penguin's house, and we had initially wanted this area to be where we would build our homes. And this structure right here, where I'm flying into, was my house originally. This was going to be where, I set up everything and set up shop. But it eventually turned into, well, nothing, for lack of a better word, and became part of our main structure over here, where we still have a bunch of dinosaurs. There's Rexanne, we got Han Solo and Lola over here, and then we've got a few random ones over here. But yeah, so that house really stopped being really any sort of useful once we expanded the tiny workshop that we have over here. But you see, we have a few vaults. We've got our smithy and refrigerators and fabricators. Oh man, good times in here. This is where we stored everything for a really long time. Yeah, this area is not even completely wiped yet. We still have a lot in here that I honestly forget about. So we could probably come check it out here when we need it. But this is the front door, and that's what it looks like. And then let's go across on this little bridge that I built across the pond. And here is since then the long and dead garden. But it looks nice. And then over here we have a cemetery for the long lost pets. This one was for Tabby. That one was for Rory. And this was for Olive and for Scarlet. And we've since then made at the other one for Phelps and Mikowski. And it's so sad. It's so hard to lose a dinosaur. But this is the front of the workshop over here. And there's a spike here because since we upped the dino difficulty, this area became a spawn point for Spinos, and they would just climb that. Not even joking. So I had to make it a little safe for the dinos that still call this area home. So yeah, it's so weird to be back here, and it's so small, but it's really nice, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's that. Where did I park? Earl, where you at, boy? There you are. All right, so now I'm gonna go Did I really park him all the way out there? Oy vey. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and show you our third settlement place. Actually, yeah, let's go to the forge real quick. For those of you who haven't seen the forge, we have it here in the mountain. It's for anyone to use, and it's actually it actually needs a lot of work. So maybe we'll work on that in a future episode. But yeah, let me get up to the top of the mountain, and I will be right back. It starts to rain as I land over here, but anyway, here is our forge. It used to be like a really neat mazy 2-level structure kind of thing, but then when we needed the industrial forge, you know, this thing's just massive, so it kind of took that out. But we've got a couple Anklios over here. We got Gemrick, Raquel just chilling over there. They're actually really, really hungry. Oh, rubber band. And then in here we've got, what's in there? Obsidian, spark powder, metal, and crap. And then let's see what we've got in our actual, what's the word? Smelted metal. Let's see, we got some. Yeah, there we go. We'll go ahead and just get this started that way. That way we've got some to have. Yeah, basically this is open for everyone. Anyone who needs metal, they come here and they just, you know, take an Anki out and go get some metal. So it's pretty simple. So now let's make our way to the third location. This is where everything started to happen. So Fat Penguin and myself initially called this home, and then at this point John Versus had contacted me, and that's when he started playing on the server, and then Timmy started playing on the server while we had this. So yeah, this is just a really exciting location, I think, for everyone here on the server. So once I get over there, I'll be right back. Okie dokie. So here is the first house base that was ever built on the new location, and this is what it looks like. It eventually became, so this area is actually, if you go to it on your map, it's about here. This area is actually covered in trees and rocks, and it took me quite a long time to clear out. So the reason there are so many chests in there was me putting all the supplies in there. So this was the first little house that I built, and then on a live stream on Twitch, myself, Fat Penguin, and John Versus did this whole area. So Fat Penguin was responsible for this pretty nifty bridge. John did the elevator over here as well as the bridge up here. Poor guy had a lot of issues with the elevator, but it looks amazing. I did our little base structure over here. I had done it in thatch in a video, and then turned it into stone in the actual Twitch stream. And then John at some point made this thing, which is really cool. There's a cage on it, and as you know, here on the YMCArk, we love to put people in cages, and there's some water dinos that are chilling down there. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. And then I told Timmy that Brontos sometimes fall down here, and so he put spikes up to hopefully keep the Brontos out. And then over here we've got the dino egg farm that Fat Penguin built that is, you know, dinosaurs basically just hanging out now and having a ball. But everything over here is still functional, and here's the greenhouse that I built not too long ago. Everything is still functional. I'll still come here sometimes to check out what we have, because these vaults and smithy and fabricator and everything are still pretty full. Like, there's a bunch of random crap. I don't know why. Since day one, this one has been wanting to set pin code. If you're in, like, the wrong spot. Come on. There we go. But yeah, you see, like, there's just a ton of stuff in here, and these all should be pretty full. But yeah, so this was our third spot. So now let me take you to, well, you guys have seen my base. So I'm going to take you over to, John's base. And then we'll go in order of the guys, how they join the server. So let's go on to Mr. John Versus base. Here is the front, or I don't know which part to consider the front, but here is Mr. John Versus base, and it's quite massive. So let's start at his first little building that he had, which was just this. This is what he was using for his workshop for a while. Oh, it's since then been emptied, which makes sense. I'm not sure what he's going to turn this into right now, but there's that. And then he put up these amazing borders and walls here. He's got one over here and back here that spans like quite far all the way. Oh, there's a lot of lag over here because of just how, like, intense it is. Over here, I don't know how bad the lag is for him. And then over here, I tried to fly around and have everything spawn in. That way we didn't have this problem, but it's just so massive. This is John's bridge, which puts my bridge to shame, to say the least. It's quite incredible. And the cool thing about it is you go in here. Let's land right here. And he's going to be turning this into like an egg farm. So it's not just a bridge. It's a bridge egg farm. Egg bridge farm. Egg something or other. He's got a couple Trinidons in here right now. RGs. And then there's an elevator over here. Okay. Well, that, that's a thing. That each level is going to be like different dinosaurs and stuff. So, yeah. And then let's... well, now I just screwed everything up. We'll just fall down here. Yikes. Ouch. All right, and then so this is where he's doing like some breeding of the dinosaurs. Lag again. Here are like their lag again. Here are their like this is for big dinosaurs to mate. Over here is for medium and small dinosaurs. So he's got places for them to do their deeds. And here's just oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of carnos. I'm not even going to pretend like I know what's going on there. Oh my gosh. All right. I know he's been breeding carnos to like find a super carno, but that I have not seen. That is hilarious. He's got a couple of prontos. I gotta get Earl. Oh geez. No, not Madam Tavis. And I gotta get Earl back down here so we can fly around properly. Earl, where you at, boy? There we go. So over here is another wall, another barrier, and then his workshop, stuck on a rock, is actually connected to this egg bridge farm. And I've only seen this guy once, but like it's super elaborate. So you can see what I was talking about with him having all like the trophies and stuff. I'll turn it into night here in a second so you guys can see what it looks like. Oh, stop following me, dude. Chill out for like a hot second. Oh, that works wherever. So here's his workshop. There's John. He's not a big fan of vaults, so he uses chests and colors them, which I think is pretty neat. Let's go upstairs. Yeah, so he's super organized. Earl! Okay. So yeah, it's really neat up here. It looks really, really nice. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything at John's base. Can we get out here this way? Yeah, nice. All right, so all this fun stuff, all this. Oh, and here is his mating or taming pen. It used to just be this side right here, but then he built it and made it like a double whammy. So you can tame two at once, or like two people can tame up at once. Or that's a pretty nifty platform he's got there on Hansel. Nice. So this is John's base, as he's put a lot of time and effort into it, as you can tell, and it looks amazing. So now, pardon my voice, we'll lag a little bit. I'm going to make my way over to Mr. Timmy Carbine, and I will be right back. So here is Timmy's first little thing that he built here. It's pretty neat. It's like 2 stories. He's got an aviary up here for where he parked his birds. We might as well just hop up there. And then let's see. Yeah, nice, right? So it's simple, and it worked for him. He was here for just a little bit, and then he moved on to his next spot, which if I can get through this hole would be just fantastic. All right, fine. All right, so we'll go back out here. Last time I was over here, he had like 1 lone dinosaur left. But it appears he no longer does. Either it was killed or he took it. I don't know. I hope he took it. But it's actually pretty close to where we built... what's the word I'm looking for? The community center. The community center is literally right there. That's where it is. And Timmy's actual new place isn't far from here either. It's just down the river. So I'm going to go down the river into grandmother's house. I'm full of the puns today. I'm going to go down the river to Timmy's place, and I'll be right back. So for the longest time, Timmy lived in a thatched shack where that structure right there is. And then he built this area over here, which is like his workshop. He is the big kibble farmer here on the island. And this is like his refrigeration, crop area, preserving bins. He's got so many preserving bins. Fridges, all this good stuff. And then generator. Boom. That's always exciting. All right, let's close that. And then up here is where he keeps all of his vaults and on that kind of thing. And then there's nothing in these rooms. Oh, crap. We got to take the elevator up. So elevator up, And the way he has to set up is that hallway right there is to put Quetzals in, so he can easily and put Quetzal platforms on, so that way he can just like grab stuff out of his vaults to easily put into there. So it's a pretty nifty setup he's got going on here. So let's go back down. Oh, perhaps maybe okay. Go back down. And then show off this little like watchtower type thing he's got going on, which is really neat. There's a bed in here, and then you can see the view. It's really pretty. And the second settlement's actually just by those trees over there. So let's close that door. Let's close this door. Where did I park my bird? Don't remember. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, so let's go grab Phelps real quick. So he's got also this area, this bridge thing. This isn't complete yet, but down here he's got a little dimorphodon home. They live in there. I don't know if you can see him through the windows, but that's where he gets his dimorphodon eggs from. And then this big mama is his mating pen for all the eggs. And I'll just go in like the first door to show you, but I get lost in here. Like, this thing is huge, and it's got dinos for days. Just dinos for forever. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. He did a great job in how he leveled everybody. There's all the RGs up there. I see some pteranodon butts, scorpion butts. Yeah, it's pretty massive. Oh, I see an egg. I might grab his eggs for him here in a second. Put him in his fridge. So yeah, this is this guy, and I would, like I said, go all the way around it, but I just get lost. So let's close the door, and then over here, which you guys saw in our beaver video, is his taming pen. That's also quite confusing. He likes to build things that are like maze-like, even though he'll tell you that you won't get lost in here. Wonderboy and myself got lost, so it's a thing. So that is Timmy Carbine's base, and now let's make ourselves over. He's not new anymore, but he is the most recent member to join our server. Let's go over to Mr. Wonderboy Gaming's home. Guys, and here we are at Wonderboy's. This is his greenhouse. Oh, I forgot to show you John's greenhouse. It was part of his bridge, but here's his greenhouse, and look, you can actually see Jamestown right there. Like, he built right next to Jamestown, which is pretty cool. And then he appears to be working on this bridge. Nice. This thing is long. Holy cow. All the way to his greenhouse, which makes sense. And then so let's pull. Ooh, this looks really nice. He's done a really good job up here. They all have, man. All their bases put mine to shame. But over here is like his workshop hub. He's got like his vaults and everything over there. And up here he's got like bedrooms. Oh, look. Cookers, fridges, storage. All right. And then we'll go through here, and here's like a bedroom. I passed out at his base once, and he was like, you can pick from this bedroom or the bedroom over here. I feel like this wall is not loading in, or did he just not break the wall? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on there, but all right. And then you can see all his vaults are here, and then let's go over this way. Over this way. Oh, maybe. Over this way, and then there's some more storage, and then making your way across the bridge over into what his egg farm is going to be, I believe. Oh, look. He's got a lot of dinos in here, too. Man, these guys are, like, just mating everything. Yeah, so the Zarko stomach hanging through. So, yeah, this is Wonderboy's taming pen. Looks really, really nice. Is there a way to get to... yeah, so we just came through under this bridge. Into the egg farm. So now let's go back on top of it, and you'll see where we end up over here. Yeah, cool, huh? So, with that being said, that concludes the base tour. And you guys have seen mine. We can go back and check it out if you want. Oh, wait. There's more. Here is his taming pen, and he did something really neat. He put these pillars in it so that way, like, the dinosaur is more likely to get stuck and not run away when you tame them. So that's not too bad of an idea. So, anyways, like I said, that is going to be it, you guys. I hope you like everyone. I will link all of their channels in the bar below, as well as link John Versus did a base tour a couple weeks ago, so I'll link the link to his so that way you guys can see all the changes that have happened since then, because everyone's just building like crazy on here, and a lot does change in a short amount of time. So if you guys like the video, please leave a comment or a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. That way you know when I put out a new video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye! Oh! What's this magic thing? Oh, that's Wonderboy's forge. Haha, forge right there. Boom. Bonus, show off. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.